Hey, what up, y'all? Welcome back. Your fearless host here, Ray from Grayze Dynamics. Another wheel review for you. Hopefully, it's something I think you'll consider. It's a very inexpensive wheel, but we'll get to that in just a second. First and foremost, thank you for tuning in and being a great part of Grayze Dynamics. It's because of people like you that I continue to grow, I continue to expand, and you know what? I continue to learn more and more as I continue to do this wonderful side hustle, as they say. I get to review wheels, I get to sim race, I get to meet people in the community, and what more could you ask for? I do want to say that I do have T-shirts that I have collaborated with a company called Bold Prints. You can get T-shirts with my logo on it, or you can get T-shirts with any other design. So it's not just mine. But if you do use my affiliate link down below, you will save 10% off your order, which again is a win-win. Shirts feel quite nice. They're nice heavy cotton. So definitely in the fall months is definitely very comfortable. I'm pretty sure to be comfortable in every other season, but it allows me to be able to go out in the cooler weather and be very comfortable. So check it out. Let me know what you think. With that being said, thank you to RJ for sending this over, for allowing me to review his wheel. Really great guy. Again, join my Discord if you want to check him out. And he actually, I believe he's maybe selling some of his wheels. Not sure about this one though, but some others. But anyway, with that being said, let's take a look. So what we have here is the V&M GT wheel. It's 300 mil across. Really nice aluminum design. As you can see by the front, it has got your two funky knobs here, and they blend in really nicely with the wheel. I like to say so myself. It's got your four push buttons here. They are LED backlit, so you can control them in SimHub or in the V&M app, which is really cool. You've got four rotary encoders here that do rotate and push, so you do get three functions out of each encoder, which is absolutely necessary, I believe, in sim racing to this day. You also get the two thumb encoders here that are really nice. The fact that they're in red, it kind of stands out and gives it a pop of color on the front, and then you get the V&M logo right on the front as well. It comes with silicon rubber grips. They feel quite nice. I mean, I have to be honest, like when you start to consider and look at the different price ranges and what you get, this is definitely going to be something nice to consider with rubber grips. On the back, you have both your shifter and your clutches, as well as it comes installed. This one happens to be a 50 mil spacer on the back. They have made a revision to it, and they've expanded the spacer, I believe, about 5 to 10 millimeters to allow it to get your QR on for things like NRG. Anybody who uses the NRG QR, you have to load it from this side, not from the other. So they have made a revision there as well. And there's a button on the back in case you want to update the wheel at any point. You would put it into RST mode. And again, you would do that within their software. Some of the cool things about it that I have seen initially, you have these little rotary knobs. And to be honest, it's really cool that you can change the throw of the shifters. Again, you would calibrate it in the software, but really cool features. So let's get this on the rig and we'll talk more about the software and take it for a quick drive.
Hey, what's up, guys? So we're taking a look at the V&M software. As I've said before, sucker for software. Makes your life easy in case you don't use SimHub and you don't want to use third-party tools, or if that third-party tool no longer works. With that being said, we can see here that I'm using the V&M wheel, and they have all the peripherals lined up at the top. They do have this check SimHub button in case you want to use SimHub. You don't have to, which again is cool. You can just use their LED effects and enable them here and control the brightness and speed. Therefore, this way, in case SimHub crashes or doesn't work, or maybe you just don't want to download it, you can use their software. The stats here, which you're going to see from min and max, and these min and maxes really represent the Hall sensors that are in here for the shifters and the clutches. And I think that's a really cool effect because, as we talked about, this gives you a setting to be able to change the throw of the shifters, as well as you can move the paddle left and right, but you can change the throw, which is really cool. But if you change the throw, one of the things you will have to do is come into the software and calibrate it. I have the shifter shifting very, very little. It's literally not really moving much at all. I wanted to try it. You simply, again, like we said, we turn the knob. Once you turn the knob, what you're going to do is you click on this button here to calibrate. You can calibrate each one individually, but I always recommend, like, when you first set up the wheel, pick how you want it to be set up and then calibrate them all at once. Once you click on it, all of them will be hovering red. You'll calibrate each one individually, so we'll go ahead and do that actually. So I'm going to go ahead and you'll see things are just moving and shifting and moving and shifting and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull the clutches. We're going to go ahead and hit the shifters, and then we're going to click on calibrate yet again. Everything is all calibrated. Now you won't see the clutches moving because I currently have it set to combine. So they're going to move on the combined clutch because I'm using them as a clutch and bite point. You don't have to use it that way, but that is how I always default it. Here in the combine ratio, you'll see it says 64 and this is 100%. This really is just your bite point. I have mapped it so that my left is my slave and my right is the master. So I release the right one and then slowly release the left. You can obviously flop it either way. And of course, up here, you'll see the different button bindings. So you know when you push a button, which one belongs where and so forth. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on track. Looks like I've got my windshield wipers moving there, and I refuse to remember which button I actually mapped it to. I have no idea at this point. I've mapped so many buttons to so many different things. But let's do this. Let's get on track and test it out.
Now that we've looked at the software, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the drive video up here. Try something different out for this. You guys let me know if you like it better. But let's conclude this by saying, again, this wheel is under $500 and comes with a lot of features. Now, I know people are going to say, well, Ray, how does it stack up to other wheels within this price range? Because you have a lot of wheels to consider in that $500 and below. And there's some that come to mind, like the Leo XZ, XGT. You have things like the Sim Magic, the Mosaic KS, and many wheels that are under $500 that are vying for your dollar. What I will say is this would be probably towards the top of the list. I haven't checked out the XGT from Leo XZ, so I would love to one day, but until I get that opportunity, I can't tell you per se how it actually is. What I can say is this feels excellent. It's more high quality than the Mosaic KS and the Sim Magic by quite a bit. Again, it's got a full aluminum shell, which again is going to make it incredibly sturdy. The Sim Magic GT Neo, although that is a $300 wheel, this does come with rubber grips, which again are significantly better than that wheel you're going to get on the Sim Magic base. The buttons aren't my favorite. Um, they do click, but they could be better. When it comes to sim racing, like as long as you have a button to push, at the end of the day, I have DIY wheels, I have high end wheels. Just having a button that works is the key. But these aren't the best buttons I've ever used. They're not the worst, and by far, I think they're still really good considering what you pay. And you get two thumb encoders, which again, at this price point, this is cheaper than, let's say, like the GSI X29 that I had. That does not come with thumb encoders and costs more than this. It does not come with clutches and costs more than this. And this is a complete aluminum enclosure. Again, but again, the X29, I would say, as far as quality is concerned, it's got the edge in quality. Um, but when you look for function over quality, well, then this is going to be the better buy. But like I said, it has those adjustable throws. And again, for these, all you're going to do is twist this little knob here. And with this little knob, you can extend the throw of your shifters. And depending on how you like it, you can make it move quite a bit or very little. Now, when you do that, you just have to make sure that you calibrate it in the software. But again, the fact that you get the opportunity to do that is quite cool. You can also slide out the clutches and shifters anywhere you like along this. So it gives you quite a bit of flexibility when you look at just the length that you get here, as you can see on the back, of where you can slide the paddle forward or back. Like I said, the quality of it is really good. Like I said, they have made an update here. I don't know what the update it won, how much space you get, but for NRG, this was a pain. When I say a pain to put a QR, this was an absolute pain to put the QR on. So if you buy the wheel, once you get it on, please never take it off. Like never have to deal with that. That wasn't the most fun I ever had. But overall, like it feels good in hand. everything is done quite well. I do wish the screws on the front were black. You know, I if you're gonna make a black wheel, just put black screws in it. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine. But overall, everything looks good, feels good. It feels good in hand. Again, I'm not gonna worry about a bend test. It's aluminum. I can't bend it no matter how hard I try. In most wheels, you can't. But overall, it works quite well. I would definitely recommend it. On the back, it's got a JST connection that you cannot use. I just want to make you aware of that. You cannot use it to send power and data for the wheel. It doesn't operate that way. That's for totally separate use. But overall, it is a great wheel. I would tell anybody, if you're looking at a wheel that's inexpensive, that does all the things you need to do, where the buttons were well within reach. I can reach them with my hand. I can shift here. I have clutches here. You can change the throw of the shifter to be whatever you like. I think that's a really cool feature. You don't have to mess with any screws. You don't have to unscrew anything. You simply just tighten, end, or loosen. And again, if we continue to loosen, you get a lot of play. And this is a really short shift. And again, you simply tighten it up here. And whenever you make any changes to this, because what they have done is, as you can see, this is completely stiff. I can't move it whatsoever. So again, be careful with how stiff you make it because you need to be able to actuate. What they've done is there's no actual switch in these pieces. There's no multi-switch that you're clicking on in here. Essentially, it's using a hall sensor to track the distance. So this way, when you click, but there's no micro switch in here that it is activating. So again, it is very cool, really well designed. Grips aren't chunky the way I would like them, but they're soft and silicon. So that is cool. If you have bigger hands than me, again, you will be primarily comfortable. I don't think you'll have any issue, but they're just not thick grips. I mean, if you look here, you can see they're not very chunky, but they do feel quite nice in hand. So with that being said, I think if you're looking for a wheel under $500 that's completely aluminum build, again, not many options as far as that have everything you want, but this does have a ton of options. I think the only thing it would be great if it had a rev light here. Again, maybe I'm asking for too much, but I think if you have Sim Magic that can do the rev light here, I think that should be in 2024 and moving beyond something that GT Wheels should start putting out for their consumers. So, with that being said, I hope you like this video. If you think I am worthy of a subscription, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. As always, I appreciate you all for jumping in and joining. Thumbs up too if you like it. Let the algorithms know that, hey, Ray's a pretty cool guy. I think he's doing a pretty good job. And more importantly, turn notifications on so you see when new stuff like this comes. To my members who continue to pay me month over month, 99 cents a month. You guys have no idea how much that benefits me and how much I appreciate it. You simply do not have to, but you continue to, and I thank you along the way. And for all those people who have newly joined and become a member, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You'll get to see this video and any future videos first before everybody else. So, with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Check out the wheel. I think it's really good. I think it's worth your money, but there's a lot of competition on the market. And again, there's some other wheels you may want to check out. So, if you have any questions, comment down below. I'll talk to you later. Peace.